Imagine landing $100,000 job with no experience. By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you three paths that can help you potentially land a $100,000 job with no degree or experience. Let's get into it. Oh, yeah, by the way, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you enjoy this video and you find it valuable. Let's get into it. So I took some notes to make sure that I stay on task for you. And also make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to also provide some bonus free tips, some bonus free giveaways that you can go and search that'll be helpful on your journey as well to six figures start from scratch. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's get into it. So without further ado, number one, and by the way, this is going to be for the information technology sector in particular. Um, Sales development rep. So, just to give you a high level overview of what a sales development rep is, so they're basically responsible for, they're on the front lines and they're responsible for reaching out to potential prospective clients, and they're generating leads, setting appointments for the account executive to come in and meet with them. It's an entry level role on the sales team, and some of the skills that are needed for this role, as you can imagine, uh, excellent communication skills, being persistent, and a knack for just building relationships. So you're good at building relationships, or you can develop the skill to learn how to be good at building relationships. So the growth opportunity, the growth potential, honestly, successful SDRs, sales development reps, they move up to account executive roles within a year or two, and their pay increases significantly. So I know what you want, what you're wondering now. Okay, what do they pay? So the salary ranges for SDRs, typically the base is around 45 to 60 with commissions and bonuses. And so usually the total comp is around 70 to 90 in the first year, slightly lower than the 100,000. But would you be mad if you fell in that range? Because typically what usually ends up happening is why I listed this, why I mentioned this one on this video is because usually in the following year, if you didn't get there on the first year, you usually can land that $100,000. And so, would you be mad if it took you 2 years to get, in your second year, you ended up getting there, or you ended up crushing your SDR role and you got promoted, which led you to that six figures? And keep in mind, some folks don't make six figures, and I'm not like judging anyone. I'm just saying as a matter of fact, some folks don't make six figures their entire career, and they may have been in a career for 20 years. That's just what it is, for whatever the reason is. Okay, let's get into the next one. Number two, an account executive. So small to mid, and so typically this is going to be in the small to mid market. And just an overview, as you probably heard me mentioning from the SDR role. So these individuals, they're coming in, they're handling the sales process from the initial contact to closing the deal, and they're making sure they're offering products or services that meet the demand, the needs. Their day to day responsibilities. Account executives conduct product demos, negotiate contracts, and maintain client relationships. And so they're coming in, taking those calls that were the appointments that were set by the SDR, and they're probably doing further. They're doing further discovery in those calls to qualify them. Is this really a deal or potential, or this is not a deal? And that's okay. Some of the skills that are needed for this particular role: having a strong sales acumen, product knowledge, and the ability to close deals. So you have to become a closer. The growth potential. So a successful account executive can quickly advance to a senior position or move into larger markets, increasing their earnings significantly. But let's talk about just small mid market on what they would typically earn. So their base would usually be 60 to 80 base salary with commissions. Total earnings can be anywhere from 90 on the low side to 120,000. And this is typically on target earnings. Uh, and I also wanted to share someone that is in the industry that I know. And I know quite a few people that's in the industry. So these are real numbers, actually. And this is kind of on the low side, to be honest with you. But just being conservative to not just be saying a lot of wild numbers and it take you forever to get there. So I don't want to do that to you all. I want to be realistic. And so there's people that I know that make actually make multiple six figures, closing those larger enterprise and clients. But in any event, as an AE, you can make over $100,000 in on target earnings. And for so I put together a resource for you. I sourced out a resource for you. Check out Level Careers. It's pinned to the top of the chat. There's a master class. Just make sure you use Ken for the coupon code. There's a master class that you can explore just to like really understand what it's all about. And then of course there's a paid version if you want to do a deeper dive. But don't be mistaken. These are actual practitioners. This is what they do. This is their line of work. So this is not someone that just created a course just to be creating a course and they don't know what they're talking about. So if you're serious about exploring this, go check it out. Level Careers pinned to the top of the chat. Last but not least, number 3, Enterprise Account Executive. Now, this is where it gets fun. So the overview, just a high level there, they handle large and complex sales deals with major corporations. So these are like sometimes the whales. These deals often involve multi-year contracts and substantial financial investments. So the day-to-day responsibilities of an enterprise account executive, they manage long sales cycles. So you have to be patient. You have to play the long game because there's going to be multiple stakeholders involved, C-suite involved, multiple people reviewing the deal, signing off on the deal, a lot of coordination. And you got to make sure this is tailored to the client's needs. And so there's a lot of sign-offs that needs to happen. And so the skills that are needed in this role is one, as you can imagine, you need to be exceptional. You need to have exceptional sales skills, but you also have to be a strategic thinker. And so strategic thinking and the ability to manage complex relationships. As you can imagine, the reason I like to highlight the skills is because yes, we're talking about these roles in your job, but like these skills are transferable to future roles, your personal life. If you ever started a business yourself, like these are very transferable skills. So just keep that in mind when I'm saying skills needed. And so those are some of the skills that you're going to need to develop to be successful in these roles. And sometimes it takes time to get in these roles, especially on an enterprise level. But I need to let you know what's out there. I just need to let you know what's out there. Um, Growth potential. So the enterprise sales field offers some of the highest earning potential in the industry, with many enterprise account executives earning well over six figures. So the salary range is usually, $100,000 to 120 for the base. The commission bonuses can total with total comp can exceed over $200,000, and that's being conservative. But I'll be honest with you, some of their commission checks is sometimes their commission checks is someone else's salary for the year. Again, I know it might be unbelievable because that might not be your experience, but there are some folks out there getting to the bag. My biggest thing is I want to bring information to you to where if it sounds like something that you want to explore, hey, do what you need to do, start the process, and you can be a part of that as well. As you can tell, it's a progression. It takes time. With anything that's substantial, it usually takes some time to get there. We're not doing quick fixes over here. That's not this channel. There's some other channels that may talk about quick fixes. That's not what we do over here. Okay, so as I mentioned, in a tough market, there's still jobs out there that you can make $100,000 without prior experience. So my recommendation is focus on gaining some of those necessary skills, certifications, and networking to find those high paying roles because they're out there. It's just a matter on are you willing to uh, do those roles? Are you willing to lean in and do those roles and listening to the market? The marketplace is telling you that these roles are valuable. But it's not the be all end all. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay too. Now for the bonus tips. I told you I'd leave you some bonus tips. So yes, I mentioned Level Careers, pinned to the top of the chat. Put Ken in there for the coupon code. But honestly, there are some free resources out there that you can source for yourself and kind of do a little bit. It take a little bit more sourcing and researching on your end. Coursera, Udemy, or is it Udemy? I always mess it up. It's crazy because I use it myself when it's different little skills, when it's different skills that I'm looking to learn. And LinkedIn Learning, you can always go to LinkedIn Learning as well, to help you as well. So it's a matter of what do you want? What do you want? And what are you willing to do? And my thing is like willing to stop at no cost until you get what you want. I want people that think like that level up, that's really looking to be in that state of mind. That's the community that we're looking to build here. If you found this video helpful, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Hey, let's get to this money. Let's make this six figures. Is without any without like anything else, it always takes work. And just remember, greatness demands everything. It demands everything you got. Even when you're tired, it's going to demand everything. And when you got all the energy in the world, it's going to take everything you got to get there. So let's get a reward from it. Let's get a reward from it and get to that six figures so we can land that job, be able to fund some of our dreams, to fund our side hustles, to fund that trip, to fund that vacation, to buy your family something nice, to buy your significant other something nice, to be able to save for retirement and do all the things. Because let's be clear, if you're not making enough money, it's really hard to think beyond the day to day of paying your bills. So I'm bringing things to you in this channel that where you can start making a certain type of income for yourself, so you can start to think further ahead and be able to take care of some of the things beyond just the survival mode. Until the next video, catch you later. Peace.